Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are, whenever you are. Welcome to a new Breakout Solutions live stream. I'm your host, Matt Batiri, here with my co-host, Wasim Debussy. How are you, my friend?
I'm good, mate. I'm good. Not a very good very good start for crypto this week, though. But
more FUD, I think. More FUD.
Well, it is more FUD, but definitely the SEC is coming after crypto, so it's scaring a lot of people right now, which is exactly what we're going to discuss. So, yeah, let's get into it, my man.
Yes, let's get into it. Alrighty, take us away.
All right, so first up, the biggest story this week so far is the BUSD issuance is stopped as Paxos is looking to be or getting sued by the SEC. So, excuse me. Basically what's coming out of the woodworks is now that the SEC is going after Paxos and they're claiming that Binance has misused funds and doesn't have enough funds. So what they're coming in, we've got here someone, I'll read that comment in a second. But basically they're saying that BUSD is, they're stopping BUSD minting, but they are still going to back it for another year. It is in the next effort of the SEC claiming that BUSD was an unsecured security, which has caused a lot of people in crypto to be baffled, because one of the things about cryptocurrencies or about a security is that people are wanting, or people get into it with the expectation of profit. However, when it comes to stable coins, people don't usually get into it with the expectation of profit, because they usually get into it to park their funds so they can get in and out of crypto. So it's been an interesting one to see what's going to come out of this, but definitely something to be watching out for.
Yep, definitely. Look, I'm not blinking at much of this stuff. There's been obviously a big push over the last 12 months. A lot of people have transferred most of their stable coins to USDC because it is regulated, especially due to the FUD, the Tether FUD, the Luna stablecoin FUD, the BUSD now is having some FUD. So look, at the end of the day, if I'm out of the markets, I'm not investing in any coins. I'm usually I do have a little bit of stables, but it's usually in fiat, because fiat I can spend. I can't spend too many stable coins unless I have a decentralized card, which I do. But many of you watching probably don't even know what a decentralized card is. For more information, feel free to obviously hit us up with an email, and we can let you know a little bit about that. But look, at the end of the day, I feel like ever since CZ put his foot in it with FTX, everyone involved in FTX that was at the top of the food chain is now trying to probably get him back. And this is definitely the right way to go about it. But at the end of the day, I think CZ, I'm a firm believer Binance is the best centralized exchange. That's just my own personal opinion. Everyone's got their own opinion. They've never done wrong by me. But look, this stuff is going to continue until we're completely out of the bear market, which I don't think we are. We're just in a bear market bounce. We have to see a macro change in environment. And until we see that, there's going to be continuous news like this to try and push the price down so those big whales can obviously come in and scoop up some cheap Bitcoin and the rest of it.
Yeah. And we've got Ben Zhang coming in saying USDC is safe because Goldman is an investor in his patent. CoCircle, it has deals with BlackRock. Gary Gensler is just protecting his old mates and boss, Tara Mafia. So look, I think Ben has a very, very good point there. Like Matty said, a lot of people are going after CZ because he exposed FTX to the scams that they are, and nobody wants to be exposed as a scam. They've also exposed the corruption in the SEC and the corruption that's happening in the high levels of the US. So they're definitely going to come after CZ because he's like just standing solid. And like Matt said, I do believe in CZ. I do believe in Binance. They haven't shown any signs of not being able to pay off any liquidities or anything from people withdrawing. But like always, never leave your tokens on exchanges. Always keep them in hardware wallets, guys.
Now, this next story is obviously to do with Coinbase as well, fighting the SEC. So I'm just wondering, this is just a hypothetical, but I'm just wondering if maybe the SEC is thinking like they're going to win against XRP, which has now motivated them to push forward with all these other sanctions on all these other companies and coins. Have they been told that they've got a firm case against XRP and now they're ramping things up? Because for me, if XRP was going to win the case, you don't think SEC would be going out trying to do more of this, because as soon as it's released that they've lost the case, all these cases are going to probably fall down as well with them. So I'm just wondering, just thinking outside the box, if the SEC feels like they're on a winning ticket with the XRP case and now are starting to put their pedal to the metal. Anyways.
Yeah, I mean, that's one way of thinking about it. The other way of thinking about it is, could they know that they're about to lose that, so they're starting to create all these other cases to back them up for the next round of attack on crypto?
Yeah, but like if they lose that XRP case, that puts that removes a lot of things that they can go after companies with, you know. So, anyways, it will be very interesting, but yeah. Look,
well, this is more around staking, so they are going after staking right now. They did go up. They are going after BUSD because they're claiming it's a security, but this is more around staking, not so much as selling a token as a security.
Yeah. So everyone knows, but for those of you that don't know, they obviously stopped Kraken from staking. Now they're looking at Coinbase. So let me get into the article, and then we can have a bit more of a discussion. So Kraken Exchange was fined $30 million in order to shut down its staking as a service product. However, Coinbase CEO Brian Armstrong has said that the company's staking services are not securities and that the company will defend this in court if necessary. So Coinbase disputes the SEC stance that crypto assets and staking services are investment contracts and should be registered and regulated like stocks and shares. The company says staking does not meet the 4 elements of the Howey test, which determines if a transaction qualifies as an investment contract. The recent SEC crackdown has raised concern among the industry, with the largest staking provider Lido warning of the ramifications of the crackdown. So, yeah, look, SEC's just got to be in their beehive at the moment. It's probably going to continue, as I just said at the start of the stream. Whilst the bear market is still in effect, we have not seen, in my opinion, a macro higher high and a higher low. A technical change in market structure. We're going to start seeing more of this. Next week, it'll be China banning crypto again. So just another day and another story. What do you think?
Yeah. Oh, look, I think they're going to keep trying to attacking crypto as much as they can. They are losing control over the traditional financial system. We have countries around the world that are trying to enforce CBDCs onto people, and they're just trying to take away as many legs away from crypto so people can't get into it, so they can force their CBDCs. It's I've been saying this for a long, long time now. They're going to continue to attack crypto because it is the biggest threat right now to stop them from controlling people.
Alrighty, moving on.
All right, Mr. Robert Kiyosaki, Mr. Rich Dad, Poor Dad himself, has come out again, warning of a Valentine's Day massacre, but he does expect a 2,193% price increase by 2025 in Bitcoin. So Robert Kiyosaki is known to be quite vocal about the financial system. He's quite vocal about the fiat currency have no backing, that the more that the Fed prints, the more devalues and debases money. And in his show, Good News, Bad News About Money, he's always talking about this on his Twitter. He's also always talking about it and saying, are you investing in Bitcoin? Yes, I am. I'm very excited about Bitcoin. Why? Because Bitcoin is classified as a commodity, much like gold, silver, and oil. Most crypto tokens are classified as a security, and SEC regulation will crush most of them. I am buying more Bitcoin. In another tweet, he goes on to say that the Silicon Valley first dominoes for laying off 144,000 in 2022 and 66,000 so far in 2023. He's calling for a Valentine's Day massacre predicted by Sainsbury Research. Everything will crash, including prices like gold, silver, and Bitcoin. But don't panic. Good news is I'm buying gold, silver, and Bitcoin. He then goes on to talk about giant crash coming, depression possible, Fed forced to print billions of fake money. By 2025, gold will be 5,000, silver will be 500, and Bitcoin will be 500,000. And yeah, so again, Robert Kiyosaki is out there warning people to take your money out of the traditional financial system, take your money out of the failing dollar, make sure you put your money into hard money like Bitcoin, like gold, and like silver. I can't agree with him more. I mean, 2025 Bitcoin 500,000 is probably a bit of an overreach. What do you think of
that? Yeah, I think it's a bit of an overreach. I think definitely six figures. I see maybe 250 max. I don't see 500,000. But guys, for those of you that don't know, the reason why he says Valentine's Day massacre is because the CPI data comes out today, so Consumer Price Index, to see how much inflation is affecting us, the price of goods and services, et cetera, et cetera. So yeah, I definitely wouldn't be in any shorts or longs right now in the market, just because we might see some volatility. But look, it's whenever the Fed speaks and we have all this stuff, there's always volatility in the market. So you got to be awake to capitalize, but just make sure you're not in any positions at the moment.
Yeah.
All right. So a pretty average day. We've got a few DeFi projects, MakerDAO, Aave, Curve doing pretty good. Aptos. I don't know what BGB is. I'm not too familiar with it.
Never heard of it.
What is it?
Never heard of it.
Never heard of it. But everything else has taken a bit of a step back. So you'll tend to see money flow in and out of certain branches of cryptocurrencies. Obviously, we can see DeFi doing well today, and sometimes you'll see Metaverse doing well. So things ebb and flow. We've been on a bit of a run with AI, with AGIX. Cell, Phoenix, a lot of these Fetch AI, a lot of these AI companies have done well over the past month, 2 months since the release of ChatGPT. So you'll tend to see a lot of flow-on effect when you see one part of the market do well, like we're talking about DeFi today. So you keep your eyes out when you do see a bit of a trend. Try and find those companies that have not yet had their pump for that day, that week, or so forth, because you'll tend to see a lot of coins follow each other if they're in the same industry. Bitcoin and
BGB is big. Sorry, I looked up what BGB is. I looked up what BGB is. So BGB is the Big Get token, and I think this probably has to do with some of the FUD happening around Binance. Probably people moving their tokens from Binance over to Big Get, which is a competitor exchange. That's probably what's pumping that market.
Yeah, I think Bybit has one as well. It's called BitBit or something. I forget what it's called. It's just called Bit, actually. That might be doing all right. Alrighty, and Fear and Greed, we're at 50, so just neutral, guys. Nothing really to to be worried about right now. But as I said, with what's happening this evening, which will, us in Australia here will be having a snooze whilst the CPI data comes out. I'm sure I'll wake up and there's going to be some big Darth Maul candles all over the place. All right, next. And one of our favorite topics of Breakout Solution, and one of the first things that we get you to do as a new investor is set yourself up safely and securely, because a lot of people don't know that it's quite easy to get emails from a lot of these large companies, but a lot of the times it's predominantly scams. So we have one right here from MetaMask. They do not collect KYC info and will never email you about your account. So KYC basically is where you get asked to send in your passport or your driver's license or a bill. They are not KYC because MetaMask is usually used for DEXs, so decentralized exchanges, and also linking up to dApps on certain websites. You never need to enter your secret recovery phrase on a website ever. So basically, that is the 12 usual the words that you're given when you set up most wallets. It's usually 12. It could be 24. It could be 6, depending on what you tend to choose. But you'll spit out the 12 words that are your secret recovery phrase. Never enter it unless you're entering it to recover your MetaMask wallet. If you've got a new computer, it crashed or anything like that. So they say here, if you got an email today from MetaMask or Namecheap or anyone else like this, ignore it. Do not click the links. So guys, it is possible. I got a really good scam text message today from the Australian Taxation Office saying that I have my tax, my $2,000. I got $2,768 of tax to claim. Let me see if I can actually share my text message, because for you guys, it doesn't look like I can. But yeah, let me just do this. Let me see if I can bring that up to you. It looked full legit. You know, it's from MyGov, which is one of the most predominant. Let's see if it focuses. Can you read that, Wasim?
It's coming and going, bro.
Coming and going. Okay. So basically, guys, it just says MyGov, which is the Australian website that you can host a lot of your tax information, private information, stuff like that. You're now eligible to receive the $2,700 funds. Please click the link below to submit your refund request. And then they have authmygov.org. So the URL looks very similar to like a normal MyGov URL, but yeah, I might take a screenshot and post it somewhere, and maybe on our TikTok. If you're not following us on our TikTok, just find us Breakout Solutions or Decrypting Crypto. Might even post that scam alert on there, just so you guys know what to look out for if you're on the web or you're getting text messages from anonymous scams.
Yeah, guys, be careful of them. Even my son got a similar one saying you need to change your password for MyGov. He clicked on it and it was a fake one. So just as a matter, just take this as a rule. If you get text messages from any organization that you're not expecting, don't open it. Chances are it's a scam. I'll never send you random messages like that.
Yeah, exactly right.
Yeah.
Next is up to you, mate. Oh, I better bring back our screen. I just realized that I closed it off. There we go. We're back.
Okay, so just in USDC, Circle USDC filed regulatory complaint alleging Binance mismanaged reserves in 2022, Bloomberg report. So this report basically is a bit of background to what we were talking about earlier, where the Paxos had obviously stopped a severed relationship with Binance. They've been forced to stop the BUSD minting and cut their relationship with Binance. And I think what's coming out now is why this is happening. So Circle, who has put in a complaint against Binance to the SEC, was the main reason why we had this happen. Now, as Ben Zhang said, USDC is a proxy token, or is a proxy crypto by BlackRock. So again, you're seeing these large institutions trying to control the crypto market, and they're trying to bring down CZ because he's basically standing alone. He doesn't have people like BlackRock and large organizations backing him, and they try to do everything they can to bring down Binance.
Yeah. Just to go quickly back on security, I did manage to take a screenshot of my phone and just upload it here. So you can see how good these scams can be, guys, especially if you're in Australia. This is very familiar. The name is spelled correctly. Now, this is the funny thing. Usually you might see really poorly created URLs, but this scam's done really well. They've just added this AUTH in front of MyGov, but I spotted this one and thought I would share it with you guys.
Yeah.
All right, last tweet, we have Michael Vanderpoop. Just a tip towards the CPI event of tomorrow. Take it slow. Don't think you'll be making a ton of money trading the event. Enough people think that they can. That's why we get those massive wicks, and that's why many get liquidated. Zoom out and have no leverage, exposure, and wait. Yeah, so we spoke about this before. There can be a lot of Darth Maul candles where the price goes up 500, dumps 1,000, back up 500, and you see a lot of leverage washed out because people think they know which way it's going to go. Just sit back and relax. If you're a retail trader, just let the price dictate where things are going. A lot of people tend to FOMO. Definitely don't FOMO. Just let things settle down after 24 hours, and we'll know the direction of where the price will be going.
Yeah, that's right. All right. So, okay. So first up, we've got Shopify to launch its comprehensive blockchain suite for merchants. So they're launching. What are you doing, bro? You're jumping.
Sorry, I saw that I had the wrong one up. Did you want to do the Brazil one first?
Well, yeah, it was the Brazil one.
Yeah, Brazil. Sorry, I had the order wrong. Go for it.
I had the Brazil one up on my screen. All right, so Brazil's oldest bank allows residents to pay their taxes using crypto. Now, this is really, really good news, guys. You know, we reported last year that Brazil has now made cryptocurrency to be accepted as legal forms of payment. It hasn't made them legal tender. There's a slight difference between legal tender and legal forms of payment, but it's very, very close. It actually means that in Brazil, crypto is now accepted as a form of payment by government. So now you're starting to see banks like the Brazil's oldest bank that's now it's called Brazilian Banco, or it's called Banco do Brazil, which is a Brazilian bank. And they say that now people can pay for their taxes using cryptocurrencies. They can just scan a QR code or scan a code and pay it like a normal ticket. And it's actually allowing a lot of people in Brazil to be able to adopt cryptocurrency and move forward with cryptocurrency. So this is big news, guys. As we come into the bull market next year, we're going to see a lot of countries adopting cryptocurrencies as a form of payment. And some of them may even adopt it as legal tender. So it's a massive, massive move forward for Brazil. And this is it's a large country. We're not talking about El Salvador. We're not talking about Central African Republic. We're not talking about some small city like Lugano on the border of Switzerland and Italy. We're talking about a large country with hundreds of millions of population now accepting crypto as forms of payment.
Alrighty, moving on. Next, I'm taking this one. Shopify launches comprehensive blockchain suite for merchants. So they're aiming to provide user experience on Web3-based stores hosted on the platform. So the suite includes token gating, which allows merchants to determine which exclusive products are accessible to certain token holders, and the integration of the Ethereum protocol to expand the crypto wallet connect feature. So merchants can access the sign-in with Ethereum feature for secure sign-ins without giving private identifiers to third-party data collectors. The blockchain suite also includes tools to help manage blockchain assets such as digital wallets and smart contracts. So Shopify has a history of integrating blockchain solutions for payment processing, security, and scalability, and is exploring new blockchain technologies through partnerships with Hedera Hashgraph and Consensus. So yeah, it's good, Shopify. I'm sure a lot of people use Shopify. There's a lot of drop shipping on Shopify. So this is big. I think this is one of the biggest companies to start introducing blockchain to its payment service, I believe.
Yeah. Well, look, I mean, it's one of the biggest companies online because Shopify, to do that, they've got thousands and thousands of stores. But this is more for people who are already using blockchain. But it's a big step forward because it's going to allow for more and more people to be able to accept. And I think Shopify is already accepting payment of Bitcoin over the Lightning Network for any product or service. You just got to be able to enable it on your Shopify store. So if you do have a Shopify store, you want to look into this because it's going to make a big difference for the future. All right, last but not least, Bit2Me and MasterCard launched a debit card with crypto cashback. So Bit2Me is one of the largest or is the largest cryptocurrency exchange over in Spain, and they've revealed that they get to have a cashback debit card. So as you spend your crypto, you get back up to 9% back in crypto. So not only are you able to spend your crypto, you're saving a further 9% on anything you spend. They say the goal is that any user from anywhere in the world has easy access to the limitless world of Web3 financial services at a touch of a button. Currently, this debit card has supports Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cardano, Ripple, Solana, and Polkadot, as well as USDT. It's only available to people in Europe or some of the European zone, but it can be used in thousands of different stores that accept MasterCard.
Alrighty, that's it from us, guys. Thank you so much for jumping in once again. We want to let you guys know, if you are a complete beginner when it comes to cryptocurrencies, please check out our free online course, decryptingcrypto.com. You can make yourself free. You can learn all about the cryptoverse, terminology, what is Bitcoin, what is Ethereum, what is Web 3.0, etc., etc. Be part of our free community inside of Slack. We'd love to see you there. It's a great educational place and a community full of like-minded people that are also beginners. They've got lots of questions about security, investing, and so forth. So feel free to come into our Slack community. We'd love to have you.
Thank you. And as always, guys, stay crypto and peace out. See you all.
That's it. See you guys.